Hello friends, welcome to C Programming video tutorials series. In the previous video tutorial, we started discussing passing one-dimensional array to a function. We understood that there are two different notations for passing an array to a function. They are array notation and pointer notation. Array notation and pointer notation. In the previous video tutorial, we understood passing one-dimensional array to a function using array notation. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss passing one-dimensional array to a function using pointer notation. Let's go to code block and understand step by step. Inside main function, I am going to create a one-dimensional array of type integer. I say here int, then I write the array name array1, then I write pair of square brackets. We know that pair of square brackets indicates array in C language. Then I say equal to, in pair of flower brackets we write list of integer values separated by comma. I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I say semicolon. That is how we declare and initialize a one-dimensional array of type integer, guys. Next, what I want to create a function. If I pass a one-dimensional array of type integer to it, it should display values inside that array, guys. So what I have to do, first I should declare that function. Above the main function, I say void, then I write the function name display I array. I'm using void keyword, which indicates display I array function does not return any value back. In brackets, I say int star. You can write the parameter name arr, or you can write ptr. I'm going to write array, guys. That makes more sense. Array is a pointer of type integer. It is going to hold the address of the memory location which is of type integer, guys. To process one-dimensional array, I just need to create a pointer variable, guys. Then I say comma. We know that while passing an array, we also should pass the size of the array, that is total elements available in the array. To hold that, I'm going to create one parameter int array size. Then I say semicolon. This is just a prototype of the display I array function. Next, we have to implement it. Implementing means writing the body for the function. Below the main function, I paste that. Instead of semicolon, I say opening flower bracket, closing flower bracket. Inside pair of flower brackets, we write the code to loop through the array and display values, guys. We take help of pointer this time. Here I say int I is equal to 0. I say for I is equal to 0. I am initializing the I value with 0 because arrays follow 0 based indexing. First element of the array is going to have the index 0, guys. That's the reason I am saying here I equal to 0. You can think I is a short form for index, guys. Next I say I less than array size. Then I say semicolon. As long as the I value is less than the array size, it should execute the body of the for loop. While calling this function, we pass array1 as well as we pass the size of the array1, that is 5. So array size will be 5, guys. As long as the I value is less than 5, as long as the index value is less than 5, it should execute the body of the for loop. Less than 5 means 4, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I value becomes 5, 5 less than 5 will be false. The loop will be terminated, guys. On every iteration of the for loop, I value should be incremented by 1. So I say here I plus plus. Inside for loop, I say printf. In double quotations, I say %d \n, comma. In pair of parentheses, I write this pointer variable name array. Then I say plus I, because on every iteration I should get the address of the next memory location, guys. Also I should display value at that memory location. So I say star. Star indicates value at this address. Then I say semicolon, guys. Next I call the display I array function inside main function. We have to pass address of the memory location of type integer, guys. We can pass the address of the first element of the array1. We can say here address of array1 of 0. We can write like this, or we can just write array1, because we know that the array name represents address of the first element in the array. We can just write array1 guys. Then I say comma, then we pass the array size. I say 5, because in the array1 we have 5 elements. Then I say semicolon. When I say build and run, it displays values inside array1 guys. I say build and run. You can see that it has displayed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hit enter to close the console window. That is how we pass one-dimensional array to a function using pointer notation guys. Let's understand how this code is executed using MS Paint. You can see that I have pasted that code already. We know that when I say build and run, program execution begins at main function, and main function is pushed on top of the stack. Then what happens? The body of the main function is executed. Local variables are allocated. Main function has only one local variable, that is array1. It has 5 elements. So computer allocates 5 memory locations contiguously, each of size 4 bytes. It is going to allocate one memory block, which is going to have 5 memory locations guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We know that arrays follow 0 based indexing. So first memory location is going to have the index 0. Next memory location is going to have the index 1. Next memory location is going to have the index 2. Next memory location is going to have the index 3. And next memory location is going to have the index 4. 0 to 4, total 5 memory locations. We know that each memory location is going to have the address. Let's assume first memory location has the address hash 20. We know that computer allocates 4 bytes of memory for integer type data. Next memory location is going to have the address hash 24. Next memory location is going to have the address hash 28. Next memory location is going to have the address hash 32. Next memory location is going to have the address hash 36. 20 plus 4 is 24. 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 plus 4 is 32. 32 plus 4 is 36. That is our array 1 guys. And we know that array name represents the address of the first element in the array. So array 1 implicitly has hash 20. It is a pointer to the first element in the array guys. Array 1 of 0 is initialized with the value 1. Array 1 of 1 is initialized with the value 2. Array 1 of 2 is initialized with the value 3. Array 1 of 3 is initialized with the value 4. Array 1 of 4 is initialized with the value 5. That's what happens when this code is executed guys. Next, display IArray function is called. Control jumps from here to here. We know that whenever we call a function, it is pushed on top of the stack. What happens here? Display IArray function is pushed on top of the stack guys. While calling the display IArray function, we are passing array 1. Array 1 has hash 20, and we are also passing 5, that is the size of the array. Inside array pointer variable, hash 20 is stored. Inside array size variable, 5 is stored guys. The local variables of the display IArray are allocated and initialized. There are 3 local variables we have: array, array size and I. For array pointer variable, one memory location is allocated, that is array pointer variable. It holds the value hash 20. And we know that once we store address inside a pointer variable, it starts pointing to that memory location. Array pointer variable points to the memory location which has the address hash 20, and that is first element of the array 1 guys. Array and array 1 both are same guys. They both are similar because they both have hash 20. Both are pointing to the first element of the array. Next, it allocates one more memory location for array size. It allocates one memory location for array size, and it is going to be initialized with the value 5. Let's assume address of the array variable is hash 40. Address of array size variable is hash 44. Then it allocates the memory location for the I. It allocates one more memory location for I. and it is initialized with the value 0. Let's assume its address is hash 48. That's what happens when this statement is executed. It executes the body of the display I array function. It finds a for loop. First I equal to 0, it executes. I is reinitialized back to 0. Then it goes to the condition part, checks the condition whether I is less than array size. I is 0, array size is 5. 0 less than 5 is true. As this condition evaluates to true, it executes the body of the for loop. Printf statement, what it does? It displays the value at this address, guys. We have this expression, I write this expression here, star array plus I bracket close. What is array? Array is a pointer. We know that whenever we add an integer value to a pointer variable, implicitly the integer variable is multiplied by size of the pointer variable type. Array is of type integer and integer is of 4 bytes. So I is multiplied by 4, guys. If you add an integer value to a pointer variable, remember that implicitly the given integer variable or value is multiplied by the size of the type of the pointer variable, guys. Array is of type integer and integer is of 4 bytes in our computer system. So I is multiplied by 4. Implicitly this expression is expanded to this expression, guys. Okay, so what happens here? We have star. What is the value inside array? Inside array we have hash 20. Hash 20 plus. What is the value of I at present? Value of I is 0. It is multiplied by 4. And this expression is equal to star 0 into 4 is 0. 0 plus hash 20 is hash 20. Hash 20. It is going to display value at hash 20. And what is value at hash 20 memory location, guys? It is 1. It displays 1. And then /n moves the cursor to the next line. It displays 1, guys. Understanding? After executing the body of the for loop, control goes to the increment or decrement part I++. I value is incremented by 1. It becomes 1, guys. Then it goes to the condition part, checks the condition whether I is less than array size. I is 1. 1 less than 5 is true. As this condition evaluates to true, it executes the body of the for loop once again. Again we have this expression star array plus I. It is implicitly multiplied by 4. So we have star. What is the array value? Hash 20 plus what is the value of I? Is 1 multiplied by 4 equal to star 4 into 1 is 4. 20 plus 4 is 24. Hash 24. Display value at hash 24. Value at hash 24 is 2. It displays 2, guys. It displays what? 2. Then /n moves the cursor to the next line. After executing the body of the for loop, control goes to increment or decrement part I++. Now the I value becomes 2. Then it goes to the condition part, checks the condition whether I is less than array size. I is 2, array size is 5. 2 less than 5 is true. As this condition evaluates to true, it executes the body of the for loop again. What printf does? It displays the value at this address. So we have star. The value of array is hash 20 plus the value of I is 2. It is multiplied by 4 equal to star 2 into 4 is 8. 20 plus 8 is 28. Hash 28. Display value at hash 28. Value at hash 28 memory location is 3. It displays 3, guys. It displays 3 and /n moves the cursor to the next line. After executing the body of the for loop, control goes to the increment or decrement part I++. Now the I value is incremented by 1. It is 2. It becomes 3, guys. Then it goes to the condition part, checks the condition whether I is less than array size. I is 3, array size is 5. 3 less than 5 is true. As this condition evaluates to true, it executes the body of the for loop. Printf displays the value at this address. We have star array value is hash 20 plus I value is 3 multiplied by 4 equal to star 3 into 4 is 12, 20 plus 12 is 32, hash 32. Value at hash 32 is 4. It displays 4 guys. It displays 4. Then \n moves the cursor to the next line. After executing the body of the for loop, control goes to the increment or decrement part I++. I value is incremented by 1. It is 3. It becomes 4 guys. Then it goes to the condition part, checks the condition whether I is less than array size. I is 4, array size is 5, 4 less than 5 is true. As this condition evaluates true, it executes the body of the for loop once again. Printf displays the value at this address, star array plus I. Star value of array is hash 20 plus the value of I is 4 multiplied by 4 equal to star 4 into 4 is 16, 20 plus 16 is 36, hash 36. Display value at hash 36. Value at hash 36 is 5. It displays 5 guys. It displays 5 and \n moves the cursor to the next line. After executing the body of the for loop, control goes to the increment or decrement part. I value is incremented by 1. It becomes 5. Then it goes to the condition part, checks the condition whether I is less than array size. I is 5, array size is 5. 5 less than 5 is false because 5 is equal to 5. 5 less than 5 is false. The loop is terminated guys. After executing the body of the display IArray function, control comes back to the place where we have called the display IArray function guys. We know that when control comes back, the local variables of the display IArray function are deallocated and then display IArray function is taken out from top of the stack. Then return 0 sends 0 to the operating system telling that the program has executed successfully, and then the program execution ends. When program execution ends, of course the local variables of the main function are deallocated and then the main function is taken out from top of the stack. So that's how this code is executed guys. That is how we pass a one-dimensional array using pointer notation. That is how we display values inside a one-dimensional array using a pointer variable guys. I hope you guys have clearly understood. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again, understand everything clearly, try this code yourself, experiment with more examples. In the upcoming video tutorials, we are going to discuss more about how do we work with arrays and functions. If you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited guys. For more benefits and be updated, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.